another Slimming World dinner. This one actually is not all cooked from scratch. The chicken curry that you see there is actually chicken and black bean sauce, and it's Slimming World's microwave meal, which you get from Iceland. So I've just used about half the amount that comes in the portion. The other half I can use for tomorrow. The rice I have made from scratch, just following the Fake Away book, and it's the recipe for pilau rice, but I just messed around a little bit with the ingredients, added some red pepper in there as well, and then that is just baked broccoli and leeks. They are sprayed with the Fry Light spray, and then you just do some salt and pepper and you cook them on a fairly high heat for about 15 or 20 minutes or so. So that is my dinner. Can't wait to eat it. So this is my Slimming World breakfast. It's French toast. I use a pinch of Nom's recipe for French toast. That uses my Healthy Extra B. There's exactly 60 grams of bread there. There's 2 bacon with the fat cup off, and there's fat-free yogurt and a ton of raspberries which were frozen and I've now obviously defrosted. The yogurt is Muller Light, fat-free, toffee flavour. Can't wait to eat this. This is just a really quick and easy lunch that I've made myself. It's obviously an omelette. I cooked up some onions, quite a lot of onions, red onion, and tomatoes. Chucked in the omelette juice, the egg with a little bit of skimmed milk, pepper, lots of black pepper, a little bit of salt, and a sprinkling of 50% reduced fat cheese on top. And this is the result. I forgot the bacon. There's a bit of leftover bacon from breakfast, so I also chopped that up and put it in here too. So I'm hoping I'll enjoy it. I'm pretty sure I will. So another Slimming World meal. So for tonight we've decided to go with zesty peri peri pork. So 5 ingredients only, and here is the result. I've also added some sin-free sweet potato fries. I've used a pinch of Nom recipe that I found online. Not quite as coated in stuff as that one in the book is, but we followed all the instructions, so we're going to see how it is now. That's Dan's over there, and that's the cat refusing to move. She maybe wants some of the food. Here's our drinks. Dan is on
Shepherd Neame 1698.
Is that beer?
Yes.
Beer.
Sorry.
I've got at least 3 sins in that vodka and Diet Coke. Anyway, we're going to enjoy it now. So here's a Slimming World meal that I've made. This is the cheesy chicken risotto from the Take 5 book that I've been using, and very easy to make. Took about 20 minutes. That's how it looks on my plate. Not the best presentation, we slapped it on. That's it in the book, but I think it's pretty close. There's a cat just generally a bit interested. There's Dan's meal. We're alcohol free tonight. No sins in the Diet Coke. Boring. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This is my indulgent brunch today. I've got the day off. It's Wednesday, and I love days off now because I have time to cook myself a nice breakfast. This is a pancake. I started to follow a sin-free pancake recipe until I realised I'd put all the ingredients in one bowl, and then you were supposed to separate the eggs, fluff up the whites, do stuff. It was very complicated, and I'd already put everything in one bowl. I couldn't undo it. So I just mixed it all together. It's just eggs, sweetener and vanilla essence, but I added, it was very thin and I guessed it might come out like an omelette. I added a tablespoon, not even a tablespoon, of self-raising flour, which is 4 sins per 25 grams. So I need to figure out how to sin it because I certainly didn't have 25 grams. And then on top of that you've got bacon medallions. So these are bought already fat trimmed off, and a little bit of Skinny Food Company's maple syrup, probably about a sin's worth, I'm not quite sure. And then you've got a load of defrosted frozen fruit there, mostly raspberries and strawberries with a few cherries thrown in. Cherries aren't speed, but raspberries and strawberries are. And I had a little tiny taste of the actual pancake plain. It's actually quite nice. I did add some mixed spice into it as well to make it a bit more interesting, and you can taste the spices, and it's a little bit sweet even without all the stuff on top. So I am going to indulge in this right now and feel very, very happy and satisfied. So this is baked oats. I followed the recipe from the Pinch of Nom website for carrot cake baked oats. I chucked in some raspberries just in the base of this thing, a glass Pyrex dish. I also put a teaspoon of jam just in here. So what I did when the mixture was raw, I put a teaspoon of jam here, and then I pressed it in and covered it over with the mixture just as a little treat. So I'm guessing it will be just, oh, look at that. Not sure if it's supposed to do that, but anyway, I'm gonna give it a go and see how it is. Good morning. So this is my Slimming World update for you. I've had 2 weigh-ins since the last update. So at my first weigh-in, I lost £1, and I was a little bit slightly disappointed. I felt like I'd done a lot better than just £1, but every loss is good, so I stayed positive. I've carried on, and this weigh-in, which I had to do a couple of days later than normal because I'm now on shift work, so now I'm working 12-hour shifts, nights and days, so I couldn't go to my usual group on the Monday, and instead I went on the Thursday. So it's Thursday just gone, it's now Saturday, and I lost £1.5, and that got me to my half a stone award. So half a stone, £7 is what I've lost now in total since I started, and that's been 4 weeks of staying on Slimming World. So I'm really, really happy with that. I never expected to lose half a stone in 4 weeks. Whenever I've tried to lose weight on my own, it's always so slow and so hard because I guess I never really knew what I was doing. I thought I did, but clearly I didn't. And I really always struggled with whatever rules I decided to set myself were generally a little bit unachievable in the end. Like, they might work for the first few days while you're feeling motivated, but restricting yourself to having no bad food whatsoever is actually really difficult to stick to. So with Slimming World, what I love is I'm pretty much allowed anything I want, except I have to count it. Some things are extremely high in sins, and therefore I wouldn't have them, or maybe I would just have a little taste of them. But in general, it's quite easy to stick to. I don't feel hungry or deprived of anything, which is really, really good. The only downside is it's very time consuming to cook the food, to buy the food, to organise your life around how you are going to eat and avoid sins. I'm still getting into the swing of it with that, but I have eaten the best food I've ever eaten. I mean, in the last 4 weeks I've eaten loads and loads of fruit and veg, and normally probably more than I would in years. So it must be really good for me, and I'm noticing I'm not having any issues with my health. I'm not catching colds. Everyone around me at the moment seems to have a cold, but I'm not getting one. And also I had a rash. I get a lot of psoriasis in places, and I also get rashes from perfume. Now the perfume rashes are still happening. I've got don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's like patches there. They're always going to happen. I just avoid that for a while until it sorted itself out. But in terms of my psoriasis, I do get little flare-ups here and there, and I've had a little problem under my boobs. It's been rashy there for months and months. I thought it was I was allergic to my bras, but in the summer I avoided wearing bras really almost the entire summer, but I still had this rash under my boobs, and it wasn't itchy, it just looked a bit ugly, and weirdly it's gone. So whether that's to do with me just losing a little bit of extra weight, or whether it's to do with me eating healthier, I don't know, but it has cleared up, and that's really amazing. I haven't had any flare-ups of my psoriasis anywhere else. Every now and then I could get like my entire all my legs completely covered in it, or I used to get a lot on the back of my hands, in the bits between my fingers, but I've had none of that. So whether we can attribute that to Slimming World or not, I'm not sure, but I feel like it is to do with that. So that's really cool. So if you're thinking about doing this, it's an eating plan. I wouldn't call it a diet. You have to understand that you kind of have to commit to it for life, really. That's not to say that I won't relax things as and when I reach my target weight, but if I was to go back to eating my old ways, then surely the weight would creep on. That's why Slimming World have a lifetime membership option for those people that reach target. So basically, when someone reaches their target weight, they can become a member for life, and it's free. They don't have to pay any more club fees or anything, and it just means that they then they're there to advise and support other people, and that they also remain on plan, don't fall off and just start gaining weight again. So it's a really good idea. It's not a daunting prospect actually to have to follow this for life, because it's a really pleasant way of living and eating. It's just a bit time consuming at the moment, but I know that I still need to get into batch cooking, and I just got to learn a few tricks. And eating out is probably going to be a little bit tough. I've avoided it. I did have a meal out of my friends. We went for Nando's, and there's one dish that's quite low. So it's the butterfly chicken. It's only, I think, 4 sins. And the spicy rice, I think, is only 1.5, something like that. So you can definitely do it in Nando's and stay on plan. But yeah, I think eating out, if we wanted to go for pizza or something, I would find that a little bit difficult. But when the time comes, I'll just be good for the couple of days leading up to it and a couple of days after, maybe throw in some extra exercise, and hopefully, worst case scenario, just maintain if I can't lose weight that particular time. But cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I just wanted to say that I'm really, really happy with my results. So that is all. Thank you for watching.